Hey everyone, welcome back to the Thinking Crypto channel, your home for crypto news and interviews. It's another great day in the crypto asset class, my friends, and I have big news to share with you. We're going to talk about Morgan Stanley's CEO and President Vladimir Putin, obviously the president of Russia, are both bullish on crypto. I have some interesting statements to share with you guys, and it just shows crypto is just spreading worldwide from both retail to institutional to government. It is seeping into every crevice everywhere, and no one can ignore it anymore. We also have some big news around Ripple, guys. They have joined a foundation that is going to be building CBDCs. And I think this is a very interesting and strategic move by Ripple. And also Ripple has released a commercial showing XRP being used in their products. This is like a big FU to the SEC. I couldn't believe it. Just the timing. I mean, there's a lawsuit and all that, but I can tell that the reason they've released this is they are confident that this stupid lawsuit is going to fall apart. And we have Charles Gasparino exposing the SEC and Gary Gensler on live TV again. So I'll play the clips for you. And we have big Bitcoin news. The New York Stock Exchange has filed for a Bitcoin ETF. You think they're going to get denied a Bitcoin ETF? Guys, oh my goodness, things are heating up. And we also have a Bitcoin miner that is looking to do $100 million IPO, another Bitcoin miner that is expanding to South America. And Texas is working with Bitcoin miners. They want to be the #1 state for Bitcoin. Senator Cynthia Lummis in Capitol Hill today talked about Bitcoin and on live TV. It's amazing what's unfolding here. And Coinbase's CEO Brian Armstrong unveils his proposal for crypto regulations. So lots of big news to cover with you guys. Before we get to it, please go ahead and hit the thumbs up button, leave a comment below, and hit the subscribe button if you're new here. It helps support the channel and it doesn't cost you anything. If you're listening on the podcast sites, please give me 5 stars. I absolutely appreciate it. Guys, this video is brought to you by OKCoin Crypto Exchange, where you can buy, sell, and trade your favorite cryptocurrencies, and you don't have to pay high fees. OKCoin charges low fees. You can also stake your crypto and keep 100% of the rewards. So you can stake Cardano, Tezos, AVAX, whatever you want, and you keep 100% of those rewards, guys. So be sure to sign up, link in the description. All right, let's take a look at the prices here. Bitcoin still above $57,000, building support levels, looking really good. Ethereum was pumping for a bit. It's over $3,700. Cardano not doing too well, but it's hovering around that $2 to $2.20 range. It's currently at $2.16, XRP at $1.12, Solana at $147. So everything is essentially waiting for Bitcoin's move, right? And that's why I've been using Bitcoin as the benchmark, because this is how it has played out historically, and it still is playing out that way. So looking at the Bitcoin weekly chart, you see these green candles are being minted here, and we just have to be patient and let Bitcoin do its thing, guys, because on the macro level charts, like the stock to flow model, look at what Plan B, the creator of the stock to flow model, tweeted. He said, "I like where this is going," with a smiley face emoji. And you see we are on the rise again, just like what happened in 2013, a similar pattern, a double peak. Now, he also tweeted the Bitcoin Relative Strength Index, which is RSI, and it shows we're just above 70. So we still have ways to go. And this is an indicator of the strength and the price movements, right? So just keep these different metrics in mind, and it just shows that we still got another bull run to go here. Now, here's another macro level chart I want to share with you guys, showing the potential top, and the indicators of the red is the sell zone and the blue is the buy zone. So blue in the bear market, that is when you want to be buying. Red, if you're in the red zone in a bull market, that is not the time to buy. That's when dumb money buys, right? People who don't do their research and they just FOMO because of what they saw on CNBC Fast Money, or they heard somebody made money off or something. You can't just enter in there. Now, you may say, well, hey, some people got lucky and they bought at the right time and it went up even though they didn't do any research. Yes, but that's very rare. That's like almost hitting the lottery, right? And congrats to those folks. But Oftentimes, I would say 80% of the time, if you want to put it that way, it's hard to time this. You have to study it. You have to watch the market cycles accumulate at the lows and then sell the highs. So here, the user Mozzie, who put together this chart, highlighted the following. He said, sell in red zone over 100K, targeting 200K end of the year. Buy back in blue zone sometime at the end of 2022 or the beginning of 2023. Looking for a bear market bottom near 50K, but keep in mind, it all depends on where it peaks end of year. So that is exactly how I'm thinking about it and how you should think about it. Obviously, I'm not a financial advisor, but I'm just letting you know how I'm thinking about it from going through previous bull runs and going through the painful bear markets and then missing certain sell points in the bull markets because I got greedy. I'm being, candid with you guys. But this time around, I have a plan to take and cash out at certain price points. I am not letting this bull market passing by and I don't get to cash out and take profits. Now, there are some crypto I'm not selling at all. I'm keeping long term. And as this user said here, that there's another buying opportunity in the bear market. So if people are telling you, hey, there's not going to be another bear market, don't listen to those people. Markets move in cycles. And right now, because this market's so young, it follows Bitcoin's halving cycle. So just keep these things in mind. And good Lord, if Bitcoin hits $200,000, my goodness, so much money to be made. And you can imagine what the altcoins are going to look like at that price. Now, Crypto Burb, many of you may know, a great technical analyst, he said Bitcoin technical target for a long-term triangle breakout is 90K. So he's not saying that's what the peak price is going to be, but the breakout that we are looking for as Bitcoin's hovering at 57 could skyrocket and go to 60 something thousand and 70 something thousand, 80, and then we hit that 90, and then I think we can go to six figures, guys. Now, as always, I want to keep it balanced with you. I don't want to be some perma bull or super uber bullish. As I've said before, 85% chance and probability that this plays out as we're talking about, and a 15% chance it does not, because we don't know what the future holds. There could be a black swan event. Now, the news and all the different things that are happening, it doesn't appear that way, but no one expected, like, for example, the pandemic yesterday. What happened? All markets crashed. So this is why I want to give you guys both sides of the token, so to speak, right? Both points of views. Because look, there are people who are super bearish, but it's always better to be even keel and be in the middle, right? Okay, what's happening? What are the facts? What does the technical analysis say? What does the market cycle say? And then you can make your decisions from there. So looking great here. And here's I think the biggest news of the day, guys. And don't get me wrong, I wasn't waiting for Morgan Stanley's validation, but I'm going to tell you why this is bullish. So Morgan Stanley's CEO says crypto is not a fad, but it is here to stay. And Bloomberg makes you pay, so I'm going to use a screenshot here. So Morgan Stanley Chief Executive Officer James Gorman is staying respectful of cryptocurrencies. Here's a quote: "I don't think crypto is a fad. I don't think it's going to go away," he said on the bank's third quarter earnings call with analysts Thursday morning. "I don't know what the value of Bitcoin should or shouldn't be, but these things aren't going away. And the blockchain technology supporting it is not going away as well." Very bullish statements. Now, I don't want to read this headline and this quote on its face. What's the takeaway here? They have filled their bags. Now it's time to pump it. What do I always tell you guys? Don't listen to CNBC. Don't listen to Jim Cramer, because the narratives they put out, guys, they've already taken a position, whether it be long or short, or whatever it may be. So the timing of this is very interesting, and it's not a coincidence, and it's not just by happenstance. This is timed, because these guys can say, hey, I don't want to talk. I'm going to go on Bloomberg or CNBC, and I don't want to talk about Bitcoin. Don't ask me any question about Bitcoin. And they could talk about inflation and the market and so forth. But he's like, yeah, you know what? Ask me about crypto. Talk to me about crypto. So I hope you see, you have to read between the lines of what's happening here. You don't want to move with the mob or the masses that are just reading headlines. You want to read between the lines and understand when these guys put out a narrative, it's because they've taken a position. So I hope this is eye-opening for you. Now, This is not an endorsement of Russia or Vladimir Putin. I'm just reporting the news, right? So Vladimir Putin says he accepts crypto as a legitimate currency for making payments. Of course he does. Guys, all the world governments are capitulating. All the Wall Street institutional corporations, stock exchanges are capitulating. If you've been a subscriber to this channel, how many stock exchanges and banks and hedge funds have we talked about? I mean, it's almost like never ending, right? Guys, it's happening. And guess what? There's still people who don't understand what is taking place. But I'll say this, count yourself lucky you do, and that you're here and you were curious enough and listened and decided to go research it yourself, right? Because this is an opportunity of a lifetime. People don't, that may sound cliche, and it may sound like some sort of sales pitch from a snake oil salesman, but it is not, guys. This new technology. It's unprecedented. And I've said it many times, you could just put $5 in Bitcoin and you're part of the asset class. There's no gatekeeper. You don't have to be an accredited investor. You and institutional investors can enter at the same time. Many things with the traditional financial world, like accredited investors can invest in Coinbase before it goes public and they benefit while you get to buy the stock, right? So you're getting the tail end of the value there. But not with crypto. And in fact, this time around, because of how decentralized it is and global and borderless and 24-hour trading, there's no opening and closing bell. You can front run many of the institutions who are still working to get in. Many are waiting for a Bitcoin ETF to enter the market and for crypto regulations. So certainly, guys, like I said, an opportunity of a lifetime. And yes, you have to do your research. Yes, there are scams in the crypto market. I don't want to make it seem like it's all, roses and better roses here. You have to be diligent. You have to do your research. You have to study. You have to verify what I am telling you. So you shouldn't just take my word as gospel, right? Even though this is why I share my screen and I show you the sources, right? So I'm not dreaming this up or making it up, right? So still do your own research. It has to be something you understand in your mind and you have a conviction about. But we're just seeing capitulation all around. World leaders, governments, everybody. Now, Ripple XRP. You guys know XRP is my number one in my portfolio, Bitcoin my number two, Ethereum my number three. When I first learned about Ripple and what they're planning to do with XRP and the scalability, the speed, the low transaction costs of XRP, I was sold because I recognize disruptive technology will always win, guys, unless there's a black swan event, right? Obviously. But disruptive technology will always win. We've seen it historically, whether it be with the automobile and then obviously with the internet and so on and so forth. So check this out. Ripple joins the Digital Pound Foundation, designing a path for a CBDC-forward future. And obviously CBDC means central bank digital currencies. Why is this bullish? Well, if you haven't seen my interview with the folks from Ripple, especially David Schwartz, where he talked about central banks are going to be building on the XRP ledger, building their central bank digital currencies on federated side chains, the private chains. And XRP is going to be positioned as the bridge assets. So you're going to see adoption, guys. And Ripple is just joining these different folks and working with, I think it was reported like 50 central banks around the world. So almost every one of them, right? So let me give you the additional details. Today, Ripple is excited to announce it is joining the Digital Pound Foundation, a nonprofit focused on the development and implementation of a digital pound in the United Kingdom. Ripple, as a foundation member, will be represented on the board by Susan Friedman, head of policy. Ripple's participation in the foundation continues our ongoing work engaging central banks globally on technical and policy issues related to central bank digital currencies, or CBDCs. Ripple believes the UK has long been at the forefront of encouraging responsible innovation and growth in the crypto asset space, and development of a digital pound is the logical outgrowth of that work. Wow. Notice they highlight they have been in the forefront. These are shots at Gary Gensler in the SEC here, guys. Now, Ripple, which I said at the beginning of the video, is a big this is a big FU to the SEC. Guys, they released a commercial and they tweeted about it. They said, here at Ripple, we're building faster, more transparent, sustainable, and efficient financial solutions for everyone. Blockchain technology solutions that will help put trillions of dollars in trapped capital back to work. Now, let me play it for you guys, and you'll see XRP is clearly highlighted.
Whether you're a financial professional, an overseas worker, an entrepreneur, or a developer, you will find it faster, easier, more transparent, and more affordable.
So that XRP right there, guys, showing the switch between different currencies, the bridge asset. And of course, as these different currencies go on different blockchains and different fiat versions, they're in digital format, you still need that bridge asset.
To send, receive, and manage digital value. Our world is in the midst of a profound transformation. We want that transformation to work for everyone. Here at Ripple, we're building financial solutions that are faster, more transparent, more sustainable, and more efficient. What took days will now take seconds. What was costly will now be more economical. Call it the Internet of Value. It's blockchain technology solutions that will help put trillions in trapped capital back to work.
XRP mentioned there again, guys, on the screen. I know those of you listening on the podcast can't obviously see it, but they're showing XRP again.
It's environmentally responsible crypto innovation for a world that demands sustainability. And it's a whole new way to create, move, exchange, and leverage digital value. We're not just after something more, we're after something greater, which is why we're building it together with researchers and policymakers, financial professionals, developers, and entrepreneurs. This is the journey we're on together, enabling a world without economic borders, not just for a few, but for everyone.
Guys, for the haters who constantly say, oh, Ripple's not going to use XRP, nobody, they clearly show XRP as the bridge asset for moving between different currencies and obviously improving international payments. You'll notice what they said, going from days, the SWIFT system, to minutes. That is disruptive technology. This is why I'm bullish on XRP. I don't care about Gary Gensler. He's a clown, and this lawsuit is bullshit. And he continues to get exposed. Charlie Gasparina, shout out to him. Let me play a clip here because he continues to talk about how the SEC went after Ripple, picking winners and losers, and they gave Ethereum a free pass. Let me play it here for you guys.
Also need a safe harbor, a timeout to make sure that so we can, catch our breath, have Congress weigh in and figure out what's going on here, because there's sort of really enforcement going after Ripple, right, over XRP being a security, essentially hurting, crushing Ripple's business.
Coinbase was annoyed because they couldn't get an answer on their money.
They cut the interest. Well, they did get an answer. You do this, we're going to sue you.
Right.
Ripple got sued over its use of XRP to build out its Ripple platform. Ripple points out that, well, you didn't do that to Ethereum, right? Ethereum used Ether to build out its platform. It actually did an ICO on Ether. Bitcoin has been given the go-ahead. And what's interesting about all this is that you can see how it plays out, how regulation is sort of weird, sort of picking winners and losers regulation plays out. It plays out way to the favor of Bitcoin and Ethereum as opposed to others. And here's why. If you notice, Kathy Woods is not starting a XRP, ETF or whatever she's thinking of doing, right? She's doing a Bitcoin ETF. Why is that? Everybody knows, and we reported this first on your show, I believe, in the last couple on Fox Business on your show and Bruno's, that he personally lobbied Jay Clayton back in 2018 when he was an MIT
So
professor.
how does he feel about Coinbase today?
Well, to keep Bitcoin as a currency and not a security under SEC rules. My guess is he hates this. I mean, one of the things about Gary Gensler, if you go back and look at his regulatory history, he's a guy that likes to control stuff. The reason why, I think the main reason why he wants to change market structure, force everything onto the exchanges, he believes there's more transparency.
So it goes on for more, so I don't want to take too much time there, but he called out some important things there, guys, that Gensler lobbied Jay Clayton when he was at MIT. Gensler was at MIT. So sounds like he was giving part of the green light here to sue Ripple. So it wasn't just Jay Clayton, and that's why now Gensler coming on board is trying to continue Jay Clayton's legacy, and it's corrupt. They gave Ethereum a free pass, and I think there was a lot of under-the-table shady stuff there. And Gensler is looking like a fool. He's getting called out on multiple fronts by the media, by investors, by crypto companies, and so forth. And I think Congress now, too, I kid you not, and I'll pull it up here, Congressman Warren Davidson tweeted at the SEC today, the SEC talking about here, before investing in a fund that holds Bitcoin futures contracts, make sure you carefully weigh the potential risk and benefits, blah, blah, blah. This is from the SEC Investor Ed. Congressman Warren Davidson tweeted in response to that, correction, before investing in a fund that holds futures contracts for the highest returning asset over the past decade, make sure you carefully weigh the potential risks and benefits. Sorry, it says, P.S. Sorry, we are so late, SEC.gov. So he's trolling them. Yesterday, I shared a tweet where he talked about, Congress should pass. He retweeted a video of Gary Gensler talking and talked about the Token Taxonomy Act should be passed. And by the way, I want to share something from Ripple's Craig DeWitt, who I've interviewed as well. Attorney Jeremy Hogan did a video talking about how the SEC could win. Now, I personally don't think there's a strong possibility of that. I think there's a low possibility, but we got to assign percentages here because there's no 100% guarantee either way. So I personally think that 60% Ripple wins, 40% they lose. So I do have in favor of Ripple. Some of you may say, well, why so low? Well, because there's a lot of uncertainty here, and Gensler, it will take Congress. Congress has to act, and while I am hopeful because I see a lot of bipartisan support, there's a lot of things that are still stuck in Congress outside of crypto, right? They can't get their act together, which is another story. But that's one of the reasons why it's not higher. It's not a 90% Ripple, 10% SEC. So Craig DeWitt, responded to something, and he said regarding the biz model drying up, Craig DeWitt said greater than 90% of Ripple's customers and flows are already outside the US, and those numbers are up. So essentially the US is stagnant for Ripple, which of course, right? No company is going to want to touch XRP while this lawsuit's happening. So this is why I say a big FU to Jay Clayton and Gary Gensler. But as we can see, Ripple went and partnered with folks in the UK. They're releasing this commercial. They don't care. They're just doing their stuff internationally because the solution they're offering is not a United States specific problem. It is a global issue, right? And moving money faster. So, and a lot of other developing countries are the ones who actually need it more, right? Because the United States, obviously being the world reserve currency, there's not really an issue there where we have problems moving money. Do I think certain systems can be improved? Of course. But, the Philippines and many Asian countries and different places, they need it more. There's a lot of mix of different currencies around the world, obviously. So here, guys, Brian Armstrong, CEO of Coinbase. This is interesting. They put out the Digital Asset Policy Proposal, or dApp, which we hope will help chart a course for clear regulation of cryptocurrency and Web 3.0 in the United States. It's critical to bring clarity to this space and ensure America remains a financial leader. Love it. got to give credit to Brian on this. He said, this is not about Coinbase. We completed more than 75 meetings with stakeholders in government, industry, and academia to help shape this proposal. And we feel it represents a consensus point of view. It's inclusive and democratic by design. He said, hopefully this proposal is constructive and is part of the solution. Here's an overview of the proposal from our Chief Policy Officer, Faryar Sirzad, if I'm saying that right. So he tweeted about it and goes through details. Let me just give you some of the quick shout outs here. Our goal is to thoughtfully and respectfully engage in the public conversation about the future of our financial system. That conversation, we believe, requires recognition of two concurrent and broad developments. One, blockchain-driven and decentralized evolution of the internet. Two, the emergence of a distinctive asset class that is digitally native and empowers unique economic use cases. We recommend 4 core pillars to inform future US regulation. First, we need a new and digitally native framework for how we regulate digital assets, one that doesn't encumber innovation, inclusion, and financial empowerment for all sectors of society. Second, as they are efficiently done today, end-to-end crypto services must sit within a single regulator. Its authority would include new registration process established for marketplaces for digital assets. He said, third, instill consumer confidence by providing robust customer protection. This can be achieved through enhanced transparency processes, including tailored disclosures to inform purchasers of digital asset. So he goes on, but that's just kind of a quick preview there, guys. But I love this. This is great. And Coinbase has the money and the power and the investors, right? They're a public company now to go to Washington, D.C. to sway the likes of Biden and Yellen and these folks. And we saw, as I reported yesterday, Andreessen Horowitz, the largest crypto investor fund, and they have invested in tech stocks, of course. They have gone to Washington, D.C. to put out a proposal as well. So we're moving in the right direction here, guys. I am hopeful. I like what I'm seeing. I think the troops are rallying here. Now, check this out. I have Bitcoin in my portfolio. I think Bitcoin's going to do well. It is a store of value. It's digital gold, gold 2.0, whatever you want to call it. And we are seeing a Bitcoin mining boom in the United States. Bitcoin miner Stronghold will list almost 6 million shares in its $100 million IPO. Guys, I hope you see what is happening here. The firm uses a sustainable energy source by converting waste coal into power to mine Bitcoin. They're going to use renewable energy, guys, to mine Bitcoin. So Stronghold plans to list 5,882,352 Class A common stock shares priced between $16 and $18 under the ticker SDIG. Taking the average proposed offering price puts the IPO at around $100 million. The Kernerdell, Pennsylvania-based firm first filed with the SEC Commission for a NASDAQ IPO in July. It will fund an almost 900% expansion in capacity in the coming year. The final prospectus has already been filed with the SEC, but it has yet to become effective. Guys, we're going to see more and more of this. And here's an example. Jason Les, who I'm actually trying to get an interview with, Chief Executive Officer and Director at Riot Blockchain, they're a Bitcoin miner. He met with Governor Abbott of Texas. And here's a quote: "I want to make Texas the #1 state for Bitcoin." He's in the same room here, I guess, with other Bitcoin miners as well. You can see what a high priority this has become. Once again, I will ask the question: do you see what is happening here? We are going to places people could not even dream of or not expect. And like I said, count yourself, you're here lucky. I'm telling you, there's a lot of naysayers. There's still people who don't get this, who are ignoring this. But that's, I guess, the nature of the world, right? There are people who are pessimists. Look, sadly enough, there are some who are not smart enough to understand it. And some who are not curious enough to just go down the rabbit hole to go read about this and take the time to, not watch a TV show on Netflix and just go study Bitcoin and read the white paper to understand this. But count yourself lucky, guys. It's just an opportunity here of a lifetime. Now, Senator Cynthia Lummis, who I'm in contact with her PR folks, and I'll be interviewing her soon. And she was on the U.S. Senate floor today, and she said, "Thank God for Bitcoin." And she's talking about the debt ceiling and inflation. So let me play a clip here for
Bitcoin. You. Presidents of both parties have run up the debt irresponsibly, with no plan to address it. So thank God for Bitcoin and other non-fiat currencies that transcends the irresponsibility of governments, including our own.
Wow, guys, this is a statement being made on the Senate floor. Once again, do you see what's happening? Paradigm shift, my friends. It's just amazing to see this happening. Metcalfe's law playing out, the network effect. Now, Matt Hogan, who I've interviewed, he's at Bitwise, and he said today, New York Stock Exchange filed for a Bitwise Bitcoin ETF. Check this out. It would hold actual Bitcoin, not futures. Now, we want the actual Bitcoin. We want the physically backed ETF, not the futures. But Gensler, clown chairman Gensler, wants the futures. Matt says there's already a separate Bitcoin futures-based Bitwise ETF filing, but actual Bitcoin is better. Absolutely. And he said, we believe it's finally possible. We're sharing 100 plus pages of analysis on why. Now, he provides a full thread. Don't have time to go through there, but futures will allow, obviously more manipulation. We've seen what they've done to gold and silver, right? JP Morgan with the respective ETFs. So we want that physically backed. Now, the New York Stock Exchange, if they are doing this, my friends, they have political power and sway. They could force Gensler's hand here, but we'll see, because Gensler is controlled by Goldman Sachs and JP Morgan. It's going to be like that behind the scenes, behind the curtain fight, right? With money, lobbying, and power here. So let's see what happens regarding this. Now, finally, crypto miner Bitfarms prepares for big South American expansion. Its new facilities in Argentina and Paraguay will more than triple its capacity from mining rigs. My goodness, guys, these mining companies are expanding globally. They're moving to renewable energy. They're going public. They're getting millions of investments, of course, because they see what's on the horizon, what the charts I've been showing you guys, the stock to flow model and all these things. Higher prices are coming. This asset class will continue to grow. Crypto will suck and consume a lot of the capital from the traditional financial products, which are failing, like bonds and equities and so forth. That's what's going to happen, guys. And you're going to see companies putting Bitcoin in their balance sheet. There's a lot that's going to be going on. So energy companies are mining Bitcoin now to stay profitable. Big things are ahead. I hope you guys see, if you made it through this video to the end, I know it's long, but it's all education. It's all important information you should know as an investor. And knowledge is power, guys. And the more you know and understand what's happening here, you'll know how to continue to make money off this market, not just in this bull run, but future bull runs. Like I said at the beginning of the video, showing that chart, the blue layer in the bear market, that's when you're buying up. Red layer, that's when you're selling. That is not when you're buying, right? That's the dumb money crowd that comes in there. But things will continue to grow. And look, we could see $1 million Bitcoin price by 2025 and beyond. It is certainly possible with the way things are going, with other financial assets collapsing, inflation going crazy, the governments can't stop printing money. All these things are going to come to a head, and you're going to see Bitcoin and crypto do well. So leave your thoughts and comments below, hit the thumbs up button, share this video, and I'll talk to you all later.